guys, Marcy here. Welcome to my craft room. Today I am wanting to do a little project. I have this bag of scraps right here and I would like to make something useful out of them. Some of these are from ages old projects and some of them were from the cardstock and things that I was given by my son-in-law's mom last fall, and I had trimmed a bunch of them down into usable pieces. I also have all these cut-offs that I have cut that are remaining from my first attempt at doing the idea book. Is that what these are from? Some of them are. Yes, because these were the scraps that were left over after that. So anyway, I've got all kinds of cardstocks, pattern cardstocks, and what I'm wanting to do is to make up some tags with layers on them. Now I just happened to catch a video from Diane Hubert, and I can't remember when she recorded it. I think it was a little bit ago. I just happened to stumble across it and I was watching it and I thought, you know, this is such a simple idea, but it turns out really pretty and it uses up a lot of your scraps. So that's the inspiration for this video, and I, of course, never have an example ready for you. Like to keep the mystery alive in this relationship. Anyway, I will link Diane's video down below and you can see how she did hers. And I'm excited to see how ours are going to turn out as well. This is not part of my regular tag making series where I've been following along with the tag templates, but it could be part of that series if you wanted to. It definitely should go into my idea book. At least one of these should after I'm all done. So just another idea, another way to use up scraps and to make something really pretty and useful for your journals. So with that, I'm going to dive into this project right after this. All right, I have pulled a bunch of scraps out of the bag and let's see what we wind up with. Now I did notice as I was going through these the other day, I have a bunch of these that are this size. I have no idea where they came from, why they're all the same size, if I purchased them in a pack from somewhere, or if I did this. If I did this was so long ago. I have no memory of it, but these would make great pocket sizes. And I thought what I would do is go through and match up or pick out some things that could be the tag base. And in fact, I have a stack of things over here too that I found just floating around. So I think this may have been from our last tag making project. I'm not sure. So her tags that she was making were a little bit big. I think I'm just gonna probably stick with kind of this size, which happens to be 3 by, can you see that? 3 across by 3, 4, 5, 6, 3 by 6. I have kind of learned when you're making a tag that if it's twice as tall as the width, so take the width, multiply it times 2, and that's the height, that seems to make a really nice looking tag that is balanced. It's not out of proportion. So that's kind of what I like to do, what I've landed on. I have these. I'm gonna scoot these out of the way. There we go. And I also had, oh yeah, I had this, but I know I have some square ones that I thought would make cool looking pockets as well. Of course, now that I want to use them, I can't find them. There's that. So this is kind of a low-key video. And see, here's another one of those. I don't know why they're all cut that size. Anyway, hopefully you guys will be inspired to try this for yourself. Hopefully. I kind of like this. Actually, that'd make, well, if I'm going to cover it with pockets, we don't want it at the bottom. This one's not quite as wide, but the beauty of this is that you can just actually make your tag any width that you want. I like these because they're nice and neutral. I have a couple of those darker brown ones. I have a bunch of these file foldery looking things, so maybe they'll get made into something today as well. We will see. I just have these random strips here too. I think I tried to use those in something a while back and then it didn't work, so now it's cut down. But hopefully we can decorate something with that. Two other things I am wanting to use for this project are my 1-inch punch and maybe some lace trim. The 1-inch punch is for punching notches into the pockets, so the little thumb pulls. And then the laces, I'm sticking with some neutrals, whites or beigey colors, because these are all such colorful scraps. I don't think that I'm necessarily going to want a colored piece of ribbon or lace, I mean. So I'm going to keep the trim neutral, and that is to say if I even use it at all. So let's see, I do like this one, and I want to use this one, and I had a scrap of pink here that it goes with. So let's see if I can find it. And this one would look really cool paired up with that one. Now Diane gave measurements on hers, on her channel. I think, but she was making oversized tags, so I think what she made was, she said that they were 7.5 tall by 3.5 wide, and then her pockets were like 4.5 inches deep and 2.5 inches deep. I'm probably just gonna eyeball the whole thing, so I think that'd be cute on there. And that one already comes with the border, so that's nice. Where's that pink? I don't want to spend ages looking for it, but here's a scrap I can cut down. This is not the one I was thinking of, but it might work. That. So like these would be great bases for tags. This one I think would be better for pockets. And just make a great pocket with the keys. Some of these are paper, so if I'm finding that it's paper, I'm just gonna move it off to the side because paper is not quite thick enough for what we want today. I do like this paper a lot, this cardstock. And it would make a pretty tag, but I don't know if I want to cover it up with pockets. I mean, I could. The flower could be up here and then the pockets. Okay, so that's a base. All right, well, I'm not seeing that scrap, so a bit of a bummer. And then I can't forget that I have all of these that were pre-cut, so that would make a great tag base. And then these can be cut into pockets too. So lots of options, lots and lots. I think I say that often in my videos. Let's find a base for this, because I think it should be something kind of pretty and colorful. Like that, maybe. Is that too busy? One thing about it, if I'm gonna have to decide if I want to write on the backs or if I just want to glue them to a page. If I was gluing them to a page, they could actually be wider and a little bit bigger, because that would be great. If I'm wanting them for writing space, they'll have to get covered with lined paper or blank paper of some sort. So that is something you have to remember. Now, one thing about stacking the pockets too is that this back pocket does not necessarily have to go all the way to the bottom, because it's going to get covered up by this pocket right here. And this feels like it's not straight. Am I imagining that? Feels like it's not square. And yet, it appears to be. Okay, so this is kind of a wide one, but we're gonna go with it. So really, you know, you can make them any size that you want. I'm gonna trim, I'm just gonna trim them both together. Gonna hold our breath. You never know, sometimes that can backfire on you. And then we're going to take the hole punch and approximate the middle. And if you punch them together like that, then your notches line up when you glue them to the card. So let's position this where we want it. Yep. And that's going to come down to right about there. So let's glue. I'm going to just use the art glitter glue in my little dispenser here. I have another glue over here. It's the Dollar Tree foam and poster board adhesive, and I was using it in another video and it was giving me problems and I couldn't figure out why. But then I realized that I had tried to combine a couple of leftover bottles of the same glue, or at least it said it was, into that bottle so that they were all used up, and so I didn't have extra bottles sitting around that were mostly empty. And one thing I have learned the hard way is that not all glue is made the same. And so sometimes when you combine them, you have some sort of chemical reaction and it causes the glue to clump up, which I did not expect in this case because it says it's the same, but maybe it wasn't. Okay, it's hanging over just a bit right there, so I'm going to trim it on my trimmer. Just the teensiest little sliver. If I try to do that with my scissors, I know that I will get it all crooked and rough along that edge, so best to just avoid it right off the bat. Okay, there's that. And then let's cut it into a tag shape. And I just thought her tags turned out so cute. There's one. I like that. And see, I probably would not have thought of putting them together, you know? Let's see, this one has script, this, whatever that is. So what I'm gonna do is trim it right here. And then we need to find a coordinating piece. And I need to be, if these are usable or a nice size or interesting enough, then I need to save those for another, to make clusters and stuff, you know. There's that. So, yep, I am going to dig because I want to find the one that I know matches it. Here it is, finally. It's right here. Yes, I think that will work. Oh, here's another one. See, I knew I wasn't crazy. It's a piece of paper. Okay. Phew, glad we got that worked out. Now, pocket. So, what I was thinking was that this might look kind of cool layered over that. Maybe that way. So the flowers are going from bottom up, drawing your eye up, and then this has got just the gold, and then this has glitter and script. Let's do it. It's kind of almost like a fairy tale or princess kind of a look, isn't it? Wait a minute, we gotta cut. Are these the right width? Yeah. Yep, I already did that. Okay. And we're gonna punch. That one's not quite straight. Good thing it's going to the bottom. These are not quite equal. So I'm guessing my tag is off as well. Well, how did that happen? Let's trim it off. Nope, no, it's fine. Something was off. That's weird. Okay, there's the top. Let's punch. Sorry if this is not as exciting as you'd like it to be. Wasn't my intention, I assure you. Now, depending on what kind of papers you're using, you can ink the edges and distress them if you'd like to give it that look, or you can ignore it like I'm doing. These are so busy that I don't think that you really need to. I don't think that you really need to worry about inking them. Now, what I was just thinking, as I paused there, is on the other one, this is the back piece, and I glued it here so it could only go in so far. But if I don't glue the bottom, then, hold on, I gotta get my placement here. Then, when I slide a tag in, it will go all the way through down to here. For instance, is this one skinny enough? Probably not. When I stick a tag in here, then it can go all the way down and it will be hidden by the bottom pocket. And then the other pocket can also have a tag. Yeah. So I should not have glued the bottom on that one, but you'll live and learn. So on this front piece that's going to be the bottom pocket, definitely glue the 3 sides, but you don't have to do it to the back pocket, and then that allows you to put a bigger tag back there. Okay, I need these guys all to line up on the same edge because they're just not looking like they measure up. They don't look square, but it says it is. Okay, optical illusions, I guess. Maybe I'm just crooked today. Maybe that's the deal. Maybe I can't see what's square and what's not. I wouldn't be surprised. You know, I got to work in my garden yesterday. Oops, let's see. This way. What am I doing wrong? Usually I don't have this problem. Okay, that way. And then we flip it over. Yes, okay. I want to make sure I got my angle right. It just was looking weird. Yeah, I went out and worked in the yard yesterday, finally. Got my roses trimmed back. I have a few war wounds somewhere. I've got a few scratches. Saw some when I was getting ready this morning. Okay, so there's that one. And this one doesn't really need any decoration because it's got this on there. So that's 2. I need a bigger desk. Need to put that somewhere. Okay, so this one is narrow. I was just wondering, or what if I make that the tag and this the pocket? Turn it the right way though. And make sure that more of the pink is showing. Oh, this is 2-sided, so that would, does that look good with that? Let's see. Yeah, I definitely want those towards the top, otherwise the pattern will get covered up. Nice. Okay. It's just fun. You just go through and match up things and don't think about it too much. I'm going to cut 2 of these because we're going to use the back side. So that was one thing Diane pointed out, was that you can use, if you have a 2-sided cardstock, then the coordination is already figured out for you. So I probably want whichever one has more of the pink to be down here because I want the pink to go with pink, although that is really pretty too. Okay, I'm going to change my mind and go with that one. But here's how that's gonna look. See? There won't be, I could trim this down a bit. Make that a little bit shallower so more of the green can show, because otherwise there's not a big gap between the 2. So back to my gardening talk. Yeah, so we went out and worked in the yard yesterday, and now I'm horribly stiff, but the yard looks so much better. So I decided, I think I've mentioned this in another video, that I'm going to not really concentrate on growing a lot of things this year and just maintain what's in the beds right now. So I do have a couple of blueberry bushes, and you know what? I want that to come down further. And boy, I'm having trouble getting this to work out. Blueberry bushes, and I have some herbs and stuff, so I'm not gonna grow anything else. I don't think I really am gonna have time, frankly. Honestly, I grow a garden because it's interesting, and it just kind of is satisfactory, but I am not what I would call a master. I mean, obviously I'm not a master gardener, but I'm not even really a committed gardener. I dabble. I dabble in the things I like. What just happened? One of these was supposed to have the edge trimmed off. Who's supposed to have the edge trimmed off? This one, I guess. It's so weird. I guess I needed to trim 2 parts of one piece, but I thought I needed to trim all 3. Oh, there it is. There's the line. There's the mark. Okay. I'm talking without thinking about what I'm saying. I was guessing I just needed to trim all the sides on one piece, but there we go. Now we've got it. Sorry, I'm so bumbly. Goodness. So there's that, there's that. I like it. Do I want a little less of the green? Yes, I think I do. Yep. And let's put a mark there so we know where to land it. Yeah, so we spent a little bit of time out in the yard, which felt great. And we did some shopping for our vacation, but it was all online, so that was, oh, I did it again. Shame on me. We did it all online, so that was kind of nice. It's little things. So apparently when you go on a cruise, if you want to take a multi-outlet strip to plug extra things in, if there's a certain kind that you have to use on a cruise ship because it can't have a surge protector. So you have to have one that is specifically not got the surge protector on it. I mean, wouldn't that be embarrassing if you were the person to blow all the electrical system on a cruise ship? And the first day and a half we're at sea. It would be a long cruise if you blew it right off the bat. I'm guessing they would make you turn around or something, kick you off the ship and then keep going. I don't know, but I don't want to be that person. So yeah, so that's one thing. I guess there's all these little things to know about cruising that, I mean, I've only ever gone on one, so it's not like I have a wealth of knowledge. But there's this little game that they play, and I don't know if it's specific to certain cruise lines or if they do it on all the cruise ships. And they take those little yellow rubber duckies like you get from Oriental Trading, and they hide them. But everybody, hides their little duckies around the ship, but they put little tags on them that says who they are that hid them and where they're from. And then other people go around and look for them and collect and see how many they can find, how many they can hide and how many they can find. So I probably won't do that, but I think that's really interesting to know about. So, I mean, you don't have to leave one if you take one. It's kind of a game for everybody, but it seems like maybe you should, if you're going to take them or look for them, maybe you should have some to exchange. So anyway, so that's an interesting thing. Did not know about. I don't recall seeing little rubber duckies on my last cruise, so I don't know if that's a recent development in the last, where did I go, 2010? So yeah, like 13 years ago. Wow, 13 years ago, guys. Hey, look at that. So here we go. We got the big flower back here, some green, and this. So where did I put my finished ones? Over here. Oh my goodness, my time is running away. Let's do this one. And I like that it already has this edge on it. Do those punch out? They do. And of course, I put my pokey tool away. I wonder if I can just use a pin. Let's use the pin from the glue. Yeah, that'll work. should be enough. So there's that. Let's mark our spot. And mark it on the back right here. And then in front, I think I wanted this. Maybe. Huh. Interesting. No, but it looks weird, doesn't it? I'll put that one up there. That looks kind of odd. Maybe more of a solid. What do you think? Now here's this one. It's just like peeled paint or something, but look at that on the back. That might work. Huh. Or should I put that one behind because it's more sedate, let's say. And then put this one in front. Polka dots front or back? In front, because it's got this finished edge. Thank you. Yes, you guys are all exactly right. You are correct. So, let's do that. Trimming. Let's see, what else did we get? We have to, none of us really get motion sickness, but it is recommended to have some kind of motion sickness medicine just in case. Just in case you're feeling like it. Because you never know, you know? And then you gotta have your anti-diarrheal and your anti-this and anti-that. Is this the right piece? How come it's too wide? That's so weird. Well, I'm not sure how that happened. Oh, because I've got it the wrong way. I see the mark. There we go. And did I want it that tall? That's the question. Maybe just a teensy bit off. It's got a weird edge there, so that'll be fine. That's like maybe 1/8 of an inch that I took off. And punch my thumb notch. Whee! That was fun. Okay. Trying to think, what else did we have to get that was specific to this cruise? We kind of decided that we don't have to go on an airplane, obviously, because we're going to drive to basically where they're leaving. Oh, I'm doing it again. To where they're leaving from Seattle. So that won't be a problem. That means we're not as limited in what we take, but for this excursion, we don't really have a backpack. Like, you know, we kind of outgrew ours from the 80s. So we needed to buy a backpack, and I was like, well, if we're going to get one, let's get one that we can also take as a carry-on on a plane. So like today's backpacks, if you haven't actually purchased one in the last 20, 30 years, today's backpacks, sorry, I want to make sure I definitely got that. I guess I could use mine, but yeah, there we go. Okay, the backpacks of today have little charging places where you can charge things and drink carriers and all kinds of stuff. So it's a whole new world. And places for your laptop if you want to take a laptop or what have you. So I was like, well, let's get one that has all the things. It wasn't super expensive, which was nice. We got it on Amazon. And then also it has the sleeve on the back, so you can slide it on the handle of an existing roller suitcase, which is also very nice. I love those little sleeves you can get. So we just decided to do all of that. We decided to join the 21st century. It's one of those things that if you're not aware that it's available, you don't think about looking for it. So, you know, I'm used to the backpacks of yore that are just backpacks. They didn't need to come with bells and whistles. It's also supposed to be an anti-theft one. And part of why we want to do this is because when you're out on the excursions, I mean, it's going to alternate between rain and maybe some sun and all the things. So you're going to get warm and cold and wet and hot. And anyway, so the backpack is nice because it will help give you a place to store all that stuff. Okay, there's that one. Let's see, what other one do I want? Let's do this pretty one. Okay, so this is definitely too big. Now this discarded piece, oh, it's kind of pretty on the back, isn't it? It's got the right color scheme. It is not straight, I can tell that right now. So let's fix that problem. I'm gonna do it on both just to be safe. Okay. I think I just trimmed off all the pretty, oh no, it was this side. Yeah. I say I trimmed off all this pretty distressed look down there. Okay, so there's that. That is good, but then I feel like we need a neutral, and honestly, something like this would look really cool, wouldn't it? Kind of breaks up the green and blue and the green and blue, and then you can still see this. And okay, so that was 3 inches tall. This one's not going to be as tall, but from back there it would look cool. I think I like that. Okay, so now we're going to do these here. Okay, now we're going to punch our notch. Let's see. This one, just to make sure, right about there. There we go. And I'm thinking it might be a little too tall. Well, it's about 3.75 inches. And so that, I guess, by that, my calculation of earlier would make it 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wait, yeah, well, okay. I just feel like it's too tall. Like I want to trim off this. Of course, when I trim, yeah, when I make it a tag shape, it'll be fine. Okay, this time we're going to not glue the bottom. And I didn't make my mark, so now we're going to regret that. Okay. So I'm assuming that if you all are sitting in your craft room, you're not going to be doing as much talking as I am, and you're going to whip these out in a jiffy. And you won't be as distracted. Okay, so I want to put that like right below that flower. There we go. It still is not straight, but after I glue it down, I'll figure that problem out. So how'd y'all spend last weekend, or what do you plan to do this weekend? I think this is airing on a Friday, so. Am I planning? Well, my daughter's birthday, but she lives far away now. So that was part of our other ordering, was I had to order her birthday present and have it shipped to her, which I have to say is really nice. It's not wrapped, so that's a bit of a bummer, but hey, at least she's getting it. And we also made the discovery, because my husband has Prime on his account, and I'm like, we don't need to pay for 2 people to have Prime. Amazon doesn't need my money that much. So if we're in a hurry, I order through his account. But if we're not, I just order off mine because, you know, usually it doesn't take that much longer, truthfully. It just kind of depends. But if you've definitely got a time crunch, then we order off of his and make sure that things get where they need to go. Oh, that's really pretty. I could use some lace. So I'm thinking that would be really pretty with something, one of our laces. Maybe this one. I'm thinking it right through the middle, right across here would be really pretty. Anyway, so I was on his account to look for stuff, and he was on his phone. Also, I was on his account using my laptop, and he was on his account using his phone. And even though we were both looking on his account, it was bringing up different suggestions, different recommendations. So like specifically the backpack, because the one it brought up for him, mine had almost the same title, it was the same picture, and yet it was like $9 cheaper on his on his phone, what they were recommending, than what they were showing on my laptop, which kind of irritated me, frankly. So I don't know how you get the right options. I think this is meant to have a ribbon woven through it. I don't have any ribbon handy, so I'm not gonna. But that would, I mean, it would look nice, but it would also, it's nice having this color show through, so I'm just gonna have to glue on these ends. And here comes the fabric glue, so wish me luck. Yeah, this one was exploding all over me last time. I couldn't figure it out, so hopefully I did, oops, that's not the glue, that's me. User error. So I did add some nail polish remover to it to try to thin down the clumps that were in it from the other glue when it made a big mess. A big mishmash, because I'm not a chemist. Who knew that all these glues would do weird things? You feel like glue should just go with glue, but chemically the composition is not the same. So there you go. It's a hard lesson to learn, but I would have thought that two glues with the same name by the same company would be the same. Did I not stick down the side with the glue? It's not doing anything. Maybe I over thinned it. That would be just my luck. Hold on a sec. That's not working. I don't know if I just didn't get enough glue or what. I was going to try to get a different one, but I think maybe, I mean, is that glue? Is that gluey? Not very. And take it off. Not very gluey. Well, here's a fresh bottle that has not been messed up by me, so I don't want to mess with that. And since that one came from the Dollar Tree, I don't feel bad about throwing away $1.25 from the $1.25 tree. I don't feel as bad about throwing that out as I do when it's, you know, $12 to $13 bottle. Oh, and I have to take off the little thingy in there that always gets stuck. You know, the little protective thing. Okay, so my idea was, since that didn't stick down, maybe I'll just glue the two lines that way and try to match those up. Maybe. So this is a really good time to mention, since I'm making such a bad job of it, that you can give me a thumbs up if you enjoy the video. Please subscribe. If you haven't, please consider doing so. I didn't used to know that that was important, but now I do. So anyway, that helps my channel out and helps my channel grow. So please subscribe if you haven't. Thumbs up, and share. Okay. Need to get that little edge right there. Okay, yep. Now after all of that, isn't that exquisite? I wanted to make a pocket out of this. Not keen about the polka dots on the back with that pretty pattern on the front. Like, why would you do that? See, now I've made smaller scraps, so yay. Let's see, what can I back this on and what can I coordinate with? That is a fantastic question. I don't think I have anything in my pile over here. None of those quite work. And that doesn't work. These are purples. I used these together on another project when I did the pocket that was really easy to make ages ago. I can't even remember what I called it, but I'll link it up here. Okay, let's find the coordination and then we can find the back. so many choices, but it is kind of nice to just go dig in and see what you find. Okay, so what do I want to put that on? Question of the day. No, you know what? Maybe just like a navy blue, like a true dark. See if I have any like that. It's plain. Not sure I do. This one, the blues are not quite right. Darn it. It has this weird pattern on the back. I've never liked that, but I don't even know why. I mean, I used it for the polka dot side, but not my favorite. No. 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 Well. This one is not the right shade of blue here, but on the back is this grid. Interesting, which is not straight. Would that work? It's like the blue is a very precise shade of blue. And I happen to like that shade of blue. I just don't know if I have any scraps of it. I think this shade matches that shade okay. Let's take out the centerpiece and see. It's just a darker version of this, so I think that will do it. Now, the other question is, what if I did that? Would that be better than this? Maybe. Now we've opened up a whole new can of worms, haven't we? Not my intention. But I want to wrap this up, and then we will decorate in another video. Here's this. I don't know. You know, I kind of like that. So anyway, we will decorate these up in another video and have more hours of fun together. So how wide is this scrap? Let's get this one finished, and then we can wrap up. 4. If I make it 4, that means it has to be an 8-inch tag, which, you know, it could back a page, right? 4 by 8. Where's 8? Am I in frame for you guys? Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 by 4. Let's get that lined up just right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, trimming. I hear someone's got their lawnmower going. My husband has to mow again. He just mowed the other day, but spring has decided to really stick the landing this time. 87 degrees today. Did I say that yet? Yeah. 87. Yesterday was 81. Who knows what tomorrow will be. See, I'm cutting off that branding strip on the bottom of that piece, and then this guy needs to be 4 inches wide as well. And then I have to straighten up that edge because it is crooked. You know, I've always just looked at this side. I've never looked at this side, so that's kind of cool. All right, lining up our punch for our punches. How is it I can trim something to the exact same width and it's still not the exact same width? I don't know. Usually I don't have this problem, but today it seems to be a real issue. I don't know if my head was in the camera there. I apologize. Yeah, I got a busy week this week. Do I have hair? No, I have a dental appointment. Got the mandatory pedicure now since I can't see what I'm doing. And what else did I have this week? Oh, we have family coming through town, so we're going to feed them dinner on the way through going, and then we'll just visit with them on the way back. So they're coming through, and then Thursday is my oldest daughter's birthday. She was going to come with them, but she decided not to. She said she couldn't get off work enough, and since we're going on the cruise, it didn't make any sense to do it again. You know, I'm just going to glue these and then worry about trimming again. But that will help me see where I needed to glue and not glue. Maybe, if I could find the mark. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so I had that. I feel like there's something else that was happening this week. Dog goes to the groomer next week. I think hair is next week. Hair is next week. Dog is next week. I think we signed up for this like service contract thing to get your furnace serviced every spring and every fall. So I think they're coming either this week or next. I don't know. Oh, and we're hosting our small group in May, at least for the weeks that we're here. Yeah, so and then we're gonna break for June, July, and August, which actually will be quite nice. Wow, I got that pretty deep. Oh well, it's an oversized tag, so it's probably okay. Yeah, so we're gonna be hosting them on Monday, which is tomorrow, as you see me filming. Tomorrow as I'm filming, but then I'm talking about this airing on a Friday for your weekend, so don't get too confused. It's easy to do. Yeah, just got a lot of stuff to finalize before we go on our trip. I had to get myself like I don't want a heavy winter coat. My heavy winter coat is super long. I didn't want to take it, but I wanted something that would keep me warm-ish, but not be too big and bulky. So I found one at Kohl's.com. Not sponsored. But I found it online, so that was nice. And since I'd ordered my other coat through them, I knew that I was getting the right size. Okay, I trimmed this edge and now it looks off, so I'm going to trim the other edge. And I'll probably have to re-glue it because it'll be... There we go. I feel like this is going to need something up there. We will cross that bridge when we come to it. Can use like a pull tab or some lace, like a lace or fabric topper, or it just needs something happening here, but the color's right, so that's good. Okay, so let's see which ones we made. Okay, what are we gonna call this video, guys? Got any suggestions? Any suggestions at all? I might make a couple more between the ending of this one and the starting of the next one. So. Okay, so here's what we did. I got that one. We do have a couple of bigger ones. And we have those three. Then we have this one. And that's distracting. These two. So we only got 6 done. Sorry about that. It's the glue issues and all that. But yeah, this is how easy they are. So then all we have to do is decorate them up. Find some ephemera, little pieces or decorating pieces or whatever. I found a few random things when I was going through something else the other day. But yeah, this is how they turned out. So you can make them with rounded corners or with the traditional tag corners. And I haven't punched the holes because I haven't decided quite yet that that's really what I want to do. But yeah, just remember that I have Diane's video linked below. And check out her video, how she did it. And, I mean, she's got some fun stuff to show you and some good techniques. And she got hers decorated and all that in the same video. So, yeah. So there's that. Anyway. All right, I have a quote for today. Okay, this one says, and it's kind of small, so I'm going to have to zoom in for you. It says, "It is only with the heart that one can see rightly. What is essential is invisible to the eye." It's cute. She's got like a little flower and it's shining like a flashlight on the child's face. That's cute. It's so she's seeing what is essential It is only with the heart that one can see rightly. What is essential is invisible to the eye. I don't know who she was quoting there, but I like it. And that, folks, is a wrap for another week. Until next week, be inspired and do something creative today, and I will talk to you in the next video where we're going to decorate some of these. Talk to you later. Bye-bye now.